The function of our government is to do only three things: provide security, provide infrastructure, and to make laws that protect our personal rights in our constitutional democratic republic. As simple as these three items appear to be, there is a constant attempt by our elected politicians, who are not our leaders by the way, to constantly try to give away more of our tax dollars away by voting for those things that are outside their constitutional job description, providing security, infrastructure, and to only make laws that keep things fair. The most dangerous organization in any government is a mob of people who are incited to do things that none would ever consider doing individually. Lynching is the most explicit example, but riots over perceived social injustices seem to give permission to do outrageous things to advance their agenda. These mobs are usually latent in our society, with causes like environmentalism, racism, homophobia, or religious freedom unifying elements. These causes are on both sides of the political spectrum, with the dividing line being liberal or conservative. These groups don't always develop into civil unrest, but when the right sort of circumstances come together, very bad things can happen. Liberalism, by definition, is dynamic in its causes. That inspires action to completely change things as compared to conservatism, that is a more static approach, with the desire to keep things as they are, go slowly and carefully, and not throw the baby out with the bathwater. For any cause to succeed, it is necessary for a large number of people to be united in their message for the movement to have any possibility of success. This unity works very well if the majority of elected officials have the same party affiliation and beliefs. This tendency has evolved into political teams without uniforms to become what we know as Democrats and Republicans. This leads to a silent movement that is even more insidious and destructive. It is the attempt to eliminate the designation of parties on a voting ballot. This approach now applies to elections for the state legislature, where the party ballot has all candidates from all parties on each respective ballot. LB 72 and LB 211 proposes by Senators Matt Hansen and Sue Crawford to have the same concept apply for county positions. The result is a general election where the candidates do not have to expose their true colors of their representative party, not allowing the voters to know if the candidate represents their personal preferences of conservative or liberal positions. The elimination of party designation gives the general election the possibility of having no candidate to represent your personal party platform. This literally means that there can be two members of your opposing team pretending to be on your side with no candidate representing your personal point of view. This is like a Trojan horse in the voting booth, with no one representing your personal preference for whom to vote. Liberals love this idea of no party designation for any candidate because it allows a liberal agenda to sneak into office without being fully vetted as to where they stand on issues like abortion, electoral college, education, environmentalism, or gun control. The only way they can win on these issues is to sidestep the filters most voters use to determine for whom they want to vote. Are they a Democrat or are they a Republican? The solution is simple. Have each candidate's party affiliation of D, R, L, or I shown after their name on the ballot, to give some indication as to how the individual with little or no name recognition can be generally thinks and believes. This gives some assurances that the voters are not being tricked into voting for someone who has little in common with your core values to represent you. This is Keith Kuby, wishing you the best in making the world a better place.